Hi, my name is Jim here at Cloud9. Welcome to this video about how we go about delivering the strategic projects. We're going to talk now about the different phases that we would go through. We start first of all with the planning phase. It begins with defining scope. So we would agree with you what the business needs, what you would consider to be must-have items, what would be perhaps nice to have. And we would then go into a prioritization with you. We would discuss what we should consider should come first. What could perhaps be pushed out to a later phase. And we look at what the proposed possible timetable would be. Do you have any external factors or any resource availability that would cause you issues? And we would here be looking at costs. This is really to help you prioritize against the value to the business, whether that could be work for operational savings or perhaps increased revenues. And we would agree here some measures of success. So it's really good to decide early on what will tell us whether or not we've met our goals together. So now in this next configuration phase, here we would start to look at technical architecture. So how we can set out within the system the best way to build your needs, but within the Dynamics dataverse, the universe, if you like. And then we would go and define the data model that you need. So this is about fine-tuning the data that's actually going to be stored in the system that would help support your profiling, perhaps compliance, and of course reporting needs. And then we would carry out client consultations with you. We'd recommend here where you might want to start looking at data cleansing, particularly if there's going to be any data migration or any particular import is planned. And here we would also be looking in this phase about helping you draft your change management plans. So the build phase, this is where we will be implementing changes in line with the scope that we've agreed. We would be here building screen layouts, data fields, putting in all the system settings. And during this phase, we undertake a number of screen shares with you so that we can cover how the look and feel of the system and how the screens are starting to flow. It's really important that we build a solution that meets expectations very early on.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm the Delivery Director here at Cloud9 Insight. The testing phase. There's two elements of the testing phase. One is the internal Cloud9 tests where we do the functional testing. So our technical team here will be making sure that it's functioning as we expect it should. And then once we're at a point to hand the system over to you, your testing team can then start user acceptance testing. So this is where you're checking to make sure everything's working as you would like it to and as planned. So we've also found that it's really useful for this stage to provide you with some UAT training videos so that the testers understand the right way to use the system.
In the release phase, here we're carrying out the fine detail of deployment planning. So we'd be looking at making sure that A goes before B, before C, and so on. We'd also in this phase be looking at giving you further support on your change management plans. It's very important to help you support your communications to the team, the end users, and messaging about the system change that's going to be happening. In this period, we'd be looking at carrying out security setup and license checks. And we'd also now be delivering super user and system administrator training. These are going to be the resources in your business that are going to manage the system day to day. And that's going to be supported with our client success team. We'd also see in this phase creation of helping you set up your go live collateral. So they might be things like email templates, Word templates, knowledge base articles, things that you will use in the live.
The deployment phase. So this phase, we begin with the end user training. So if Cloud9 are delivering the training direct to the end users, this is when we'd conduct those training sessions, or it'll be your super users who'll be delivering the end user training, and this will be directly before go live dates. It's nice and fresh in their minds. So we've reached the go live date and the system is pushed to a live functioning system, and you commence using your system. and the new functionality. We would ensure at this stage that any data deployment is completed, so that might be data migration or data imports, so that it's all within your system for go live date. And the final item that we do a handover to our client success team to make sure that they understand your business, understand your system, and able to support you going forward.
In the operate phase, here we have options where clients sometimes take out hypercare, and this gives you some extended access to the project consultants even after the go live date. We also now start to look at a listening mode operation from our perspective, looking at any small tweaks that are required, or potentially carrying out any bug management as needed.
The monitor phase. During this phase, this is where we make sure that your success measures are on track. We undertake internal lessons learned reviews and to take on to later delivery phases perhaps, and then also look at any new functional ideas that might have come up during your project or since your go live that can be passed into the new planning phase.